Whenever there is a new season of Monsters, we know that Netflix has a carefree week as the audiences are already hooked on the platform to eat up these interesting true crime stories. Aside from all the controversies regarding the true crime genre and Ryan Murphy shows, one thing is clear. The Monster series is very entertaining, and as long as we watch it, there will be new seasons to it. And this is exactly the case right now, as the third season has already been confirmed and we have all the juicy details about it. Do you have a guess on which true crime story the show will cover this time? Let me know your ideas in the comments below and then watch the video till the end to see if you were right. So without further ado, let's dive in. As you all know, the first season, titled Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, premiered in September 2022 and centers around the infamous American serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer. Played by Evan Peters, Dahmer was responsible for the brutal murders of 17 men and boys between 1978 and 1991. The show dives deep into his life, examining how his crimes went undetected for so long despite multiple warning signs. A major theme of the series was how systemic failures by law enforcement, largely due to prejudice and incompetence, allowed Dahmer to continue his killing spree. Despite its popularity, the show sparked controversy, particularly from families of Dahmer's victims who felt that the series profited from their trauma. Many criticized Netflix for not seeking the consent of the victims' families before producing the show. Still, the show was a massive success for the platform, with audiences praising Evan Peters' chilling portrayal of Dahmer and the show's grim authenticity. Season 2, titled Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story, followed the shocking case of the Menendez brothers who were convicted of murdering their wealthy parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez, in 1989. Their trial captivated America in the early 1990s as the brothers claimed they acted in self-defense due to years of abuse from their father. The series picks apart this claim, focusing on whether the brothers were victims of abuse or simply motivated by greed to inherit their parents' fortune. Indeed. The season once again sparked conversations about privilege, media influence, and family trauma. Viewers were fascinated by the Menendez brothers' high-profile case and how it was handled by the courts and media. Critics praised the show for its detailed portrayal of the case and its efforts to present multiple sides of the story, although some felt it leaned too heavily into sensationalism. Despite this, it remained a popular title on Netflix, continuing the success of the Monsters. As I said in the beginning, with 2 seasons successfully capturing the true crime audience. Netflix is already gearing up for Season 3 of Monsters, which will likely delve into another notorious criminal case. In fact, we just got the huge news that Monster Season 3 is bringing in some of the best actors in the sector as leading characters. Laurie Metcalf, Tom Hollander, and Olivia Williams have officially joined the cast for the next chapter of the series. We were already buzzing about Charlie Hunnam's casting as Ed Gein, and now with this powerhouse trio, anticipation has skyrocketed. Oh, by the way, yes, the third season will be about Ed Gein, but more on that later. Laurie Metcalf will take on the role of Gein's domineering mother, Augusta Gein. Tom Hollander is stepping into the shoes of legendary filmmaker Alfred Hitchcock, while Olivia Williams will portray Hitchcock's wife, Alma Reveal. These casting choices have people speculating that this season will dig into the twisted influence of Gein's crimes on popular culture, especially how his story inspired Psycho, both the novel and the iconic Hitchcock film. Do you think this show will have a more Hitchcock-style narrative than the previous seasons? Let me know in the comments below. If you're not familiar with Ed Gein, he became infamous in the 1950s after authorities uncovered his gruesome crimes, which involved not only murder, but also grave robbing. Gein fashioned clothing and household items out of human remains, which shocked the nation and forever linked his story to horror classics like Psycho and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This will be Laurie Metcalf and Olivia Williams' first time working with Monster co-creator Ryan Murphy, though Hollander has worked with Murphy before, starring as Truman Capote in Season 2 of Feud. What's cool about these casting choices is the clear connection the season will make between Ed Gein's real-life horrors and Hitchcock's cinematic legacy. We all know that Hitchcock's Psycho, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, was groundbreaking, and seeing Hollander and Williams step into the roles of the legendary director and his wife adds an intriguing layer to the show. It's expected that we'll see how Gein's crimes shaped one of the most famous thrillers in film history, merging the worlds of true crime and classic cinema in a fascinating way. Now, it is obvious that the Monster series has been both highly acclaimed and widely criticized. On the one hand, it has captured the attention of millions of viewers, many of whom are drawn to true crime stories. Both Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, and the Lyle and Eric Menendez story topped Netflix's charts for weeks after their releases, and they have contributed to a surge of interest in these notorious criminal cases. So clearly people love it. On the other hand, the series has faced backlash for potentially exploiting real-life tragedies for entertainment. Critics argue that while the series brings attention to systemic injustices, it also risks sensationalizing violence and trauma. Let me know which side are you leaning towards. Do you think the show is problematic, or are you excited to welcome the third season? Can't wait to hear your thoughts about it. As far as the release date is concerned, given the release schedules of the previous seasons, we can expect Season 3 of Monsters to premiere sometime in summer 2025. This means that we can welcome the trailer for the new season around July 2025. For more content on Monsters and other Netflix shows, make sure to like and follow. Meanwhile, the video on the screen might interest you.